Hey, yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. I got a replay here for you from an innocent bystander. He's in his 113 Chinese Tier 10 heavy tank. Favored chariot of good players everywhere. I'm glad to see that he is actually splashed out for some camo on this particular tank. That's definitely a plus. Just kidding, innocent. What you're going to see here is a late game carry. Quite a bit of damage and a unbelievably bad late game by the enemy team. So Innocent is going to take his 113. He's loaded into Serene Coast, which is about to be not so serene. Hey, that was my garage, dude. Seriously? Not about to be not so serene as he heads over to the west side, and you can do that with the 113 because it is quite fast, right up there with a lot of the mediums. So it can go to the medium places. And what the? Oh, bystander is typing. I thought he was trying to mountain goat up that hill right there. Holy cow, somebody's shooting, and I need to show you what he's doing. He's going to shoot 27 shots in this game. And he's going to have quite a few misses, and most of them are front-loaded early right here. RNG is not his friend. A little while later, you'll see that it comes back to him. But they have pushed up here. They got a pretty good amount of mediums. Obviously, taking his 113 heavy tank out of the peninsula fight is going to hurt his team a little bit. So they're going to have to be a little bit careful. And this is a 357, so it's very permissive for him and his tank. Ends up completely missing the poor 8.8. And no arty. So lots of things going in his favor right here. Fortunately, his team and his RNG right now is not in his favor. Gets tracked. That guy dies. Art 8.8. How about it? There he goes. Finally gets some damage in. Takes a shot. Ignores the 8.8 as he's running away. Puts his side to the 8.8. But good news is the 8.8 does not shoot at him. He's got an FV down below, which dies quickly. 8.8 is getting pushed by plenty, and Innocent does what good players do. Instead of futzing around with an 8.8 that is more than likely about to die and going in a direction that's not going to help his team, he immediately heads back over towards the cap because that's where the problem is right now. They've gone up some tanks, and he's got quite a few guys going with him, so that's good. Got a leopard. Unfortunately, he clips the 40T there, knocks his shot offline a little bit. Little third-person shot misses. This is something Innocent does quite a bit. I don't do that very much, especially at that range, but he actually makes it work pretty well. And I didn't hear whether he auto-aimed. I'm not sure if he did, or maybe he was trying and just fired it off because he was moving, which is another thing good players will do. Sometimes you just take those shots while you're moving to the next position. Instead of stop out in the open, zoom in and get that perfect shot. Because you're actually on the way to somewhere else, just take that shot of opportunity and keep on trucking. And you'll note that Innocent's actually going to go back here to the back of the cap. But he sees that big heavy mass is probably going to push through. The big heavy mass is probably going to push through over there. He's coming around to cut off the leopard if he can. Yep, they just swarmed everybody on the peninsula, and the enemy team has definitely evened this thing up. They lost their IS-4. Innocent's team did, so now he's going to head back here to a well-defendable hold-down spot. I'd imagine he's used this spot before because he kind of goes right to it. And now here comes the shenanigans. You'll see that the enemy team is in pretty good shape, pushing right up onto the cap. They did send some back that are kind of getting mauled down by their own cap, but here comes those heavies that beat Innocent's team. Thumps the 103, 103 backs up. Got the leopard running around in there. I think he might have had the shot on the other side of the rock there, but that ends up happening. Nice, so the RNG gave it back, and now he's just hold down. You'll notice he's just coming up just enough to shoot. Misses that, that goes into a rock. He's got a 110E5, so the one at 10E5, the 103, the T34, the IS-3, and the Leopard 1. They do have an IS-3 over here they've got to deal with. But all those tanks are going to sit on cap or right behind cap. Puts one into the IS-3. And they're just sitting there. Another shot into the T-34. and they're just happy to sit back there and shoot at him. Right into the lower plate of the 110E5. Bounce, bounce. Plenty of tanks to take out Innocent. And if they were counting noses, they would realize that most of his backup, minus the 40T, is all the way down there in the south. He is easily pushable, but he's quickly becoming unpushable because they're losing too many hit points playing peekaboo out in the open. Hey, look, Innocent's attention is now over on these other guys. That was a good idea, would have been nice to kill him, but still they sit. Now there's a VK there. Oh, RNG, you've forsaken me. Watch this shot, fellas. Here it comes. I know he's going to pass through that open area. That is a very important thing to learn if you want to get to the level that Innocent is playing at, is those anticipation shots. He knew his reload was probably going to make it. He found that hole where that 40T was going to pass, and he set his shot up and then timed it perfectly to take that guy out. Looks like maybe they've got a clue. Have they decided to push him yet? Yes, here we go. We got a T-34 coming. Right into the upper hole. Surprised that the heat actually did that at that angle, but it did. It may have trapped, actually, potentially went into the turret ring. And the 103 dies a similar fate. IS-3 gets hammered. 45-2, what are you doing, man? Where are you? The IS-3. Oh, he's capping, baby. I'm capping. I'm going to cap it. I'm going to cap it. Earlier, the 45-02 shot some HE, which is how you know people are frustrated. Yep, and now he's being swarmed by the two mediums. And this is all over but the shouting. Late game carry by Innocent. Nice positioning after the initial issue. I like how he held his shot there, just waiting for him to pass. And then an extremely bad play by the enemy team, end game. If all those guys had pushed together, they'd have made short work of our hero, an innocent bystander, and he would have been not bystanding nor innocent anymore. But there you go. It's 4 kills. It's around 6,000 damage. I'll post the results right after this. Nice job, Innocent. Some great things to learn for you guys out there trying to get to that level, and realize also the argument about to cap or not to cap and how you should push single isolated tanks to take them out instead of let them hammer you over and over from a hold down position. Well, I hope to learn something with this. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, make sure you subscribe, and we will see ya.